To Polish an Apple by Equestria Drifter. With 5 thumbs up, 41 thumbs down, 8 comments, and 857 referrals. The tags for this story are sex and romance. What will happen when Shining Armor and Big Macintosh meet after some unspeakable horrors? Shining Mac shipping. It's gay, by the way. It doesn't matter. What the fuck? I don't care. Go ahead, say something. I don't care. Fuck, I don't care. Okay. The characters that star in the story are Big Macintosh and Shining Armor. The only chapter with 1,424 words. The morning of the Canterlot wedding. Every pony was in confusion over what happened. The groom was gone. Cadence looked more angry than sad. Shining Armor had broken himself free of the curse put on him by Cadence. He had been lost in rainbows of darkness for who knows how long. What the fuck? Rainbows of darkness? This must be some illusion, he was thinking. There was no way Season 2 is over already. How would he survive the never-ending pain and suffering known as the Gap? It was reality, though. Alright, no more trolling. In a way, he had brought it on himself. It was around the time that the Flim Flam brothers had lost their heroic battle to the conniving Apple family and their twisted friends in Ponyville. Evil had triumphed over good. For real now, time to get serious. Shining Armor was giving a friendship report on the other guards to Celestia. Last troll thing, I know is getting old. The fuck? Fuck you. He was delivering it in person. He had walked in on a blood ritual between Celestia, Luda, and Cadence. The great and powerful Trixie's body lay on the ground, split open with her guts spilling out. Her throat was then slit open, and the blood was put into an urn. Strange symbols were painted on the ground out of her blood. They noticed Shining Armor there, and a force field of fire was put behind him, preventing him from escaping. Celestia had an evil look in her eyes and said,
Let's send him to the moon.
No, said Luna. I have a better idea. It's time that Cadence becomes immortal like us. We have everything we need right here. It was only through one of the oldest and forgotten types of necromancy that a pony could become immortal. They would have to slowly rot some pony's soul out from the inside. On the last day of the process, when being within a certain distance from the cursed pony withering away, all the ponies within that distance without a seal of blood from the cursed pony would die. When hundreds of them have been sent to the underworld, and the soul of the cursed one be removed and absorbed by the one giving it, would that pony become immortal. That is how and when a spell cast by Luna bashed Shining Armor's head open. The blood was poured down Trixie's lifeless throat. The body rose, and then used a type of undead magic to have a swarm of otherworldly parasprites surround Shining Armor, biting him, some crawling into the wound in his head and devouring his flesh. The fuck are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, you said something. I picked up on the microphone. I ain't editing it out. Whatever. After a minute of this, the Trixie zombie collapsed, and the parasprites disintegrated. She was made too hastily to have lived any longer, but that was all the time that was needed. Shining Armor had looked like he was diseased, and would soon slip into a catatonic state as his soul rotted away more. Cadence came up with the idea that they should get married the day his soul would be consumed by her. The event would cause the hundreds of ponies at the wedding and millions of bronies watching on the hub or online
You thought I was going to stop, didn't you?
to die, making her immortal. During the remainder of the season, Shining Armor would walk around, catatonic, a shell of what he used to be. The night before the wedding, using all of his magic strength, he was able to look in the back of his mind and think enough to escape. Walking through Canterlot, he was able to use small teleportation spells to get around. His mind just wanted to get out of there. His body did not know where it was going. He thought Ponyville, as by morning, every pony in town would be at the wedding. His mind knew only to trust no pony at this point. By sunup, he was in the outskirts of Ponyville. He wandered aimlessly into an apple orchard. Ponyville was a pony ghost town. Put there was one pony that could not go to the wedding. He had to tend to the farm while every pony else was at the wedding. This was the last day he could plow the fields and take care of the trees, as there had been no rain and they were about to die. He didn't have enough dialogue to get invited to the royal wedding anyway. Shining Armor had become too weak to go on and was lying down under an apple tree. Big Macintosh had spotted him and could tell he had just broken himself free of some black magic. Big Mac was familiar with necromancy and knew that breaking out of a curse such as that would leave any pony in a weakened state. His judgment was not all there. Shining Armor was half-conscious at this point and easy to manipulate. It had been years since Big Mac felt the caress of another stallion. Nothing? Whatever. There was once a time when Fancy Pants had come to Ponyville incognito. After some nightmare moonshine with Big Mac, one thing led to another, but that is another story. Big Mac couldn't help but take advantage of Shining Armor. He walked over to him, and Shining Armor was too weak to say anything, and Big Mac, being a stallion of few words, had nothing to say. He began massaging his back, so gently for such a big and strong pony. Shining Armor knew what was going on, but did nothing to stop it, as he was enjoying every second of it. He began to suck and lick his horn, and then made out with him. Ever sensitively, he put his hooves on Shining Armor's penis, and clopped him off. Only something this natural could restore Shining Armor to normal. What would have taken weeks for recovery took a few minutes, as Shining Armor came back to full strength. Big Mac realized this, and put out his flank, and then Shining Armor leaned against him on its hind legs, and shoved his penis up his ass. This was the best moment in both of their lives, and then it was Big Mac who humped Shining Armor. Afterwards, they both fell asleep together under that apple tree. How you feeling? Come on. Talk to me. People are going to be confused who I'm talking to. Come on, say hi. I'll give you a cookie. Come on, please. Make me happy for my birthday. Come on. Alright. In case you're wondering who I'm talking to, this is my sister. Say hi, sister. She's kind of a cunt. Come on, say hi. I'm not editing this out. Alright, fine, whatever. Where did I leave off? They both awoke about an hour before sunset. Shining Armor had told Big Mac of the events that led to this. They were surely royal guards searching for him everywhere in Equestria, but here. Big Mac thought it was destiny that eventually they would be found and killed for this. He accepted this, as he knew he was not long for this world. Shining Armor resisted it, however. He would try to escape and survive for as long as he could. He would travel to faraway lands and get a new life. As a last resort, Big Mac said that he could summon Discord. He could defeat the 3 All-Accords, but it would cost him. He may end up teleported to another dimension. Big Mac pointed him to Froggy Bottom Bog, where there is an abandoned road leading to parts unknown. Love had conquered over Big Mac's accepting of fate ways, and he said he would go with him anywhere. They would always be together. Whatever strange lands they may travel to, they would always be in love. If they were transported to an unknown dimension, they would be together. If the Alicorns find them, they would die together. Shining Armor wanted to leave quickly, but Big Mac decided they should enjoy the sunset and the moment for a little bit. Whatever happens down the road happens, and they would live their lives one day at a time. Anything harmful in their futures didn't matter at the moment, because all that mattered to them right now is the romance they were sharing together. There was one thing they were both unaware of, however. When the curse was lifted from Shining Armor's soul, it was still in his body. While they were watching the sun set, Shining Armor's flesh began to melt. Nothing really surprised Big Mac at this point, and so, despite the pain Shining Armor was in, they gave one last kiss. And Shining Armor said that he would be waiting for him on the other side. At least, Shining Armor's soul was free. What a great story that was, wasn't it? Hey. I stopped recording. What a great story that was, wasn't it? No, it wasn't a good story. Did you even hear all of it? I said the word penis several times. And there was gay butt sex. Come on, laugh at least. Oh, poke you. At least laugh. Say hi. Come on, make me happy. You're no fun. Some birthday person you are.